Good morning, everyone. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meeting of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the State Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof noticed in the Department of Education, Secretary of State's office, and notice has been given to the State House Press Corps, the Governor's Office, and the State Board Agenda subscribers. And as a quorum is present, this meeting will now come to order. May I please have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Ricca, may I please have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much. Board Member Bennett, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Any opposed, please say nay. All right. Now, we'll go into executive session, and in order to do that, whereas in order to protect the personal privacy and to avoid situations wherein the public interest might be disturbed, the Open Public Meetings Act permits public bodies to exclude the public from that portion of a meeting at which certain matters are discussed. Now, therefore, be it resolved that consistent with the provision of NJSA 10:4-12B, the State Board of Education will now adjourn to executive session to discuss personnel and legal matters. May I please have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Board Member Keenan. Dr. Keenan, may I please have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ricca. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We're now going into executive session. We should be back at 10 o'clock, hopefully. Thank you very much.
Remember that teacher who changed your life? You could be that teacher. New Jersey has some of the best public schools in the country with competitive salaries and valuable benefits. Be that teacher. Visit teachinspire.nj.gov. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You could be that teacher. New Jersey has some of the best public schools in the country with competitive salaries and valuable benefits. Be that teacher. Visit teachinspire.nj.gov. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You could be that teacher. New Jersey has some of the best public schools in the country with competitive salaries and valuable benefits. Be that teacher. Visit teachinspire.nj.gov. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You could be that teacher in New Jersey. You'll help shape the next generation alongside a dedicated community of educators. New Jersey has some of the best public schools in the country with competitive salaries, valuable benefits, and a solid pension plan. So be that teacher. Make an impact. Teach, Inspire, New Jersey. To learn more, visit teachinspire.nj.gov. If you're a teacher, you've had students tell you how much you mean to them. And for everyone who does, more feel that way but may not say it. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You're that teacher to a lot of people. Teach, Inspire, New Jersey. If you're a teacher, you've probably had students tell you how much you mean to them. And for everyone who does, there are more who feel that way but may not say it. You can't know how many, but it's more than you think. Because you've done more than teach. You've inspired. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You're that teacher to a lot of people. Teach, inspire, New Jersey.
¿Recuerda a aquel maestro que le cambió la vida? Usted podría ser ese maestro en Nueva Jersey. Únase a la comunidad de educadores que ayudará a formar a la próxima generación. Nueva Jersey cuenta con algunas de las mejores escuelas públicas del país, con salarios competitivos, beneficios atractivos y un sólido plan de pensiones. Sea ese maestro. Deje huella. Enseñe, inspire. Nueva Jersey. Visite teachinspire.nj.gov.
Remember that teacher who changed your life? You could be that teacher. New Jersey has some of the best public schools in the country with competitive salaries and valuable benefits. Be that teacher. Visit teachinspire.nj.gov. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You could be that teacher in New Jersey. You'll help shape the next generation alongside a dedicated community of educators. New Jersey has some of the best public schools in the country with competitive salaries, valuable benefits, and a solid pension plan. So be that teacher. Make an impact. Teach, Inspire, New Jersey. To learn more, visit teachinspire.nj.gov. If you're a teacher, you've had students tell you how much you mean to them. And for everyone who does, more feel that way but may not say it. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You're that teacher to a lot of people. Teach, Inspire, New Jersey. If you're a teacher, you've probably had students tell you how much you mean to them. And for everyone who does, there are more who feel that way but may not say it. You can't know how many, but it's more than you think. Because you've done more than teach. You've inspired. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You're that teacher to a lot of people. Teach, Inspire, New Jersey.
¿Recuerda a aquel maestro que le cambió la vida? Usted podría ser ese maestro en Nueva Jersey. Únase a la comunidad de educadores que ayudará a formar a la próxima generación. Nueva Jersey cuenta con algunas de las mejores escuelas públicas del país, con salarios competitivos, beneficios atractivos y un sólido plan de pensiones. Sea ese maestro. Deje huella. Enseñe, inspire. Nueva Jersey. Visite teachinspire.nj.gov.
Remember that teacher who changed your life? You could be that teacher. New Jersey has some of the best public schools in the country with competitive salaries and valuable benefits. Be that teacher. Visit teachinspire.nj.gov. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You could be that teacher in New Jersey. You'll help shape the next generation alongside a dedicated community of educators. New Jersey has some of the best public schools in the country with competitive salaries, valuable benefits, and a solid pension plan. So be that teacher. Make an impact. Teach, Inspire, New Jersey. To learn more, visit teachinspire.nj.gov. If you're a teacher, you've had students tell you how much you mean to them. And for everyone who does, more feel that way but may not say it. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You're that teacher to a lot of people. Teach, Inspire, New Jersey. If you're a teacher, you've probably had students tell you how much you mean to them. And for everyone who does, there are more who feel that way but may not say it. You can't know how many, but it's more than you think. Because you've done more than teach. You've inspired. Remember that teacher who changed your life? You're that teacher to a lot of people. Teach, inspire, New Jersey.
Good morning. Thank you very much for coming. I would like to reconvene and resume our portion of the public meeting, whereas consistent with the provision of NJSA 10:4-12B, the State Board will now adjourn from executive session to resume the open session portion of our meeting. May I please have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ricca. May I please have a second? Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Board Member Pena. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. I would like to please ask our Vice President, Dr. Ned Johnson, to start us off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. So, welcome. I hope everyone has a July 4th plan ahead of them. That will be very nice. I would like to announce that the State Board meetings are accessible to the public for viewing on the department's YouTube channel, and advise you that YouTube provides readily accessible language translation options for closed captioning. If you are viewing our simulcast currently, you may use the settings option in YouTube for information about subtitles, automatic translations, and closed captioning in multiple languages. And now I'd like to turn the meeting over, please, to Commissioner Damer. Thank you.
Thank you. Today we will hold the annual election of the State Board of Education officers for the period of July 2025 through June 2026. State law NJSA 18A4-8 requires the State Board of Education to organize at its first regular meeting following June 30th of every year with the election of a president and a vice president. As Secretary of the State Board, it is my responsibility to conduct the election. For the nominations, President Kathy Goldenberg has selected the nominating committee. The nominating committee members are Ms. Bennett, who is the chair, Dr. Keenan, and Ms. Pena. The committee presented its slate at the June public meeting, and at this time, I'll ask if there's any nominations from the floor for president. Hearing none. Any nominations from the floor for vice president? Hearing none, thank you. And with that, I'd like to ask from the nominated candidates if they're willing to accept the nominations and serve in the positions for which they've been nominated, should they be elected. And so I'll start with President Goldenberg.
I would be honored, and yes, I will serve to the best of my ability. Thank you.
And Vice President?
Yes, I'd be honored and look forward to working again.
Thank you very much. And then we can now move forward with the election. The election will be conducted by voice vote, aye or nay. The candidates will be voted on individually in the order in which they've been nominated. And with that, all in favor of Kathy Goldenberg as president of the State Board signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. And moving, all in favor of Dr. Ned Johnson as Vice President of the State Board signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you very much. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you very much. I would just like to tell my fellow board members that their confidence and trust in Ned and I leading the board is very appreciated, and we will not let you down. So thank you all very much.
Thank you both.
Thank you. Did you want to say?
Thank you very much. It's been quite a learning experience. Thank you once again. It's been a learning experience over the first year, and I look forward to continuing in this next year.
Thank you. All right, so we'll move forward with our meeting now, and the approval of the minutes are needed for our June 4th, 2025 meeting. I'd like you to please vote on the minutes that were disseminated. All those in favor of accepting the minutes, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions at this time?
I abstain, President.
Thank you, Dr. Ricca. All right, so the minutes are accepted. Regarding public testimony, the State Board will accept public testimony on the proposed amendments to Chapter 27, Student Transportation. State Board members Jeanette Pena, Mary Beth Berry, Claudine Keenan, and I are scheduled to sit for testimony. In August, the State Board will not accept public testimony as there are no educational topics for discussion. And now we have the pleasure of introducing again Kaylin DeRose, a rising junior at East Brunswick High School, and which is in Middlesex County. Her advisor cannot be with us this morning, but Kaylin, good morning. Welcome. We're thrilled to have you. So thank you for being here. Okay. And if you'd like to give us some remarks that you have regarding your report to us. Thank you.
Thank you, President Goldenberg, and good morning, everyone. I would also like to thank the students of New Jersey for electing me as their student representative for 2025 to 2026. To begin, I would like to pose a question to you all. Did you know that about 34% of students have held a leadership position in school? Also, 25% of eligible teens in Newark registered to vote in their school board election this past April. These numbers are driven by expectations students set on what their schools will provide them: sports, extracurriculars, mental health support, and dedicated teachers. The strive to accomplish these goals allows students to find their voice in policymaking and leadership. For me, having well-planned events that bring students together is what drew me to leadership in Student Council, one of my many activities that I dedicate myself to. As a rising junior at East Brunswick High School, I'm the executive vice president of my school student council and also heavily involved in other activities such as pre-med club, psychology club, and hopefully Science Honor Society and National Honor Society. When I'm not in a student council meeting, volunteering, or with my Girl Scout troop, I can be found interviewing researchers for my podcast, Science News Periodically, the brainchild of my love for science and learning new things. Science News Periodically is passionately run with two other students. The podcast features episodes including the future of AI and how students can prepare for their future in STEM, and includes a live interview with theoretical physicists during the Young Women's Conference at Princeton University. My interest in being the NJASC student representative for the New Jersey Board of Education began in a Zoom call for the NJ4S Behavioral Health Teen Advisory Board. This is where I fell in love with not only sharing what my peers and I had observed, but listening to students and learning more about teens in New Jersey. After attending various New Jersey Association of Student Councils events, including their Leadership Training Conference and Fall Conference, I discovered their ideals of supporting student leaders across the state aligned with mine. I am now honored to have the opportunity to act and represent nearly 1.4 million students across the state at the State Board of Education meetings. I firmly believe that education is a gift. If I could have any superpower, it would probably be the ability to learn anything and everything. I love to learn, and I'm excited to learn more about myself, as well as the students across the state of New Jersey in the upcoming year. One's education is one of the few things that cannot be taken. That knowledge becomes a part of you and is a power that changes our world and provides endless possibilities and opportunities. The importance of everyone having access to education and that all students will be safe and supported while receiving that education is why I'm here. My goal as student representative to the NJ Board of Education is to encourage all types of students to find their voice. Whether I'm giving a report to the board that reflects the diverse populations of New Jersey, or sharing with my peers the opportunities they have and the importance of participating in Board of Education meetings. Such goals will help students become more involved in their community and become adults who contribute positively to society. To close out my speech, I would love to share a quote that highlights my goal for the upcoming year. The function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. I'm truly grateful and honored to be the student representative and will serve New Jersey students with the qualities of an excellent leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylin. Very nice. Kaylin, I speak for the board when I tell you how excited we are for your participation this year and that we look forward to hearing from you. And if during our conversation you have any comments that you'd like to add, just raise your hand and I'll call on you. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the board. Just one note for any of the creative types out there. There's a lot of superhero movies out there, and she just named the coolest superhero power I've ever heard. So somebody's got to make a movie about that. So, just an idea to plant the seed.
Good job. Okay, and now we will go ahead with our state board committee reports, but I would like to make an announcement in honor that Dr. Claudine Keenan was our recipient in 2025 as Women as Agent of Change Award. And the American Association of University Women in New Jersey, AAUWNJ, announced Dr. Claudine Keenan as one of the recipients of the 2025 Women of Agents Change Award. This annual honor recognizes outstanding New Jersey women who have demonstrated a steadfast commitment to advancing gender equity through leadership, advocacy, and service. Dr. Keenan, along with Lieutenant Governor Tahisha Way, another distinguished honoree, was celebrated as the special virtual event Organizing for Change on Saturday, June 21st, 2025. During the virtual event, they shared reflections regarding their journeys, their current work, and values that continue to drive their efforts for equity and inclusion. Dr. Keenan was named 2025 Agent of Change for her work on Tech Trek, New Jersey over the past decade. Tech Trek, an AAUWNJ signature summer STEM program for rising 8th grade girls, is hosted annually on Stockton University campus. So congratulations, Dr. Keenan. And now we'll continue to the Commissioner's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. Likewise, there are no Commissioner reports this month, so if it's all right, I think we're ready to move into items for consideration. The first standing item that we have is for appointments, and today I do have a candidate for appointment, and that is Dr. Davida Coe-Brockington to the position of Acting State District Superintendent in the State-Operated School District of Camden. With that, President Goldenberg, I'll turn it back to you for discussion.
Thank you. We had the fortune to meet in person upstairs for the executive portion of our meeting, and I think at this point, before we have discussion, I'd like to have a motion to appoint her as the acting commissioner for our schools in Camden. And
second. Whoops.
Thank you.
Everybody
That's awesome. I love it. So we're very excited, clearly. Okay, so now could I also please ask for discussion at this time?
I'd just like to say I was very impressed, and Camden is I think blessed to have you. Someone that's come up through the ranks is so very important, but your passion and your thoughtfulness really impressed me, and I wish you all the very best of luck.
Thank you.
President Goldenberg,
Yes, ma'am.
we had a nice conversation with Dr. Coe-Brockington, and in responding to our questions, it was extremely clear, I think, to all of us just how important it is that she be the person that steps into this role at this time. Change is never easy, and we know Camden, while it's making strides, is still facing challenges, and we're confident that you're the person who can take them to the next level. Have a good summer, and think about that question that was put to you by my colleague. I won't say it in public, but you know the question. Good luck.
Thank you. Any other discussion at this time? Hearing none, I would like to officially ask for a vote for Dr. Davida Coe-Brockington to become the acting state district superintendent for the state-operated school district of Camden. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions? The motion carries, and your passion is evident, so thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, and I just want to highlight Mr. Timothy Jenkins, Camden City School District Principal, is joining her as well. So congratulations, and thank you very much for helping out in our Camden City schools. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Moving to our next agenda item, certification of school districts. Since the June State Board meeting, the Executive County Superintendents have finalized 15 NJ CUSAC evaluations for school districts. I recommend 5 of these districts for certification. Mr. Ambrose Duckett and Robert Gregory will join and read through the list for certification. Actually, I'm going to read through it, but they'll address any questions you might have. So we've got first Ridgefield Park Public School District in Bergen County, Saddlebrook School District in Bergen County, Long Beach Island Consolidated School District in Ocean County, Point Pleasant Borough School District in Ocean County, and Hamburg School District in Sussex County. With that, I'll turn it over to my colleagues for any questions.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning, Madam President and State Board. We just opened the door for any questions right now, if you have, about CUSAC, the results. No
Are there any questions at this time?
I always feel it necessary just to comment that there were 6 districts that scored the 80% and 13 that didn't. We always read the districts that are proficient. I always think it's very important to recognize that not everybody hit the mark. You know, it's summertime. In our lovely conversation upstairs with the new acting superintendent at Camden, she talked about the importance of CUSAC and looking at instruction and programming, and that's where we're falling short on these districts that aren't proficient. It's summertime. I'm looking at great things that are out there. We've got wonderful professional development, things on climate change and social emotional health, and I do want to make sure that we are, all of it's all important and all interconnected, that we really concentrate on that instruction and programming, because we've got to make sure our kids are walking out of school proficient in math and English and ready to fly and do great things. So it bears noting that we've got to get those scores up and more districts that we're reading their names as proficient.
And we're in agreement. Yes, we appreciate the comments. We are in constant contact with the county offices that work directly with the districts for targeted professional development for those instructors to work with students to see these scores and attack them in a manner which the students can perform better, and then hopefully in 3 years or in 6 months when they have the interim review, we will see an improvement. So noted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments at this time? Seeing none, hearing none, I would like to thank you and ask please for a motion to accept the 5 school districts for certification: Ridgewood Park, Saddlebrook, and in Bergen County, both of them, Long Beach Island Consolidated, and Point Pleasant Borough in Ocean County, and Hamburg in Sussex County. May I please have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further questions or discussions? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Please say nay. Are there any abstentions at this time? It's unanimous. Thank you. Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Apologies, everyone. I'm going to back up to agenda item A, and we skipped an important step. So I would like to invite Dr. Coe-Brockington, if she would like to come up and offer some remarks, if you want to come up to the podium. So she's on the hook now. So.
Almost.
You got this.
Well, it's an honor to be here today in front of the State Board of Education. and our former superintendent, Katrina McCombs, assistant commissioner. And again, I am passionate about the work that I've been asked to do. I am excited. It seems a little surreal, just to be honest, to be here at this point, but I do really want to make a difference. I look forward to looking at our instructional program, because I did mention QSAC, areas that I know that we need to improve. So I'm excited about that work. I'm excited about working holistically with the entire school district. I've been very blessed to be the principal of the Creative Arts High School for many years, since 1999. And during that time, we have been very successful. So I look forward to hopefully implementing some programs and activities. And I go back to, again, what I talked about, whole school reform models we're not using the state to do that, but we can do whole school reform within our district. So I look forward to that. So again, I'm honored to be here today. I'm looking forward to getting down to the work that needs to be done. And I know this is temporary, so just got a lot to do in a short period of time to get things ready for the next person coming in. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you. My apologies for missing that opportunity initially. We're ready now to move to agenda item C. Today I present to the board at adoption level a resolution to adopt revised praxis content knowledge tests and new qualifying scores for technology and engineering education, family and consumer science, and social studies. These assessments, along with other measures, ensure that teachers seeking certain endorsements have demonstrated the appropriate level of subject matter knowledge necessary to offer high-quality instruction in the content area to students. Dr. Jordan Schiff and Ronnie Singh are joining us here today, and they'll present to help us present the resolution and then address any questions you might have.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning, President Goldenberg and members of the State Board of Education. Mrs. Singh and I are here this morning to present a resolution for adoption of the revised practice assessment and newly established cut scores for technology and engineering education, family and consumer science, and social studies. The resolution proposed the revised assessments and their cut scores effective September 1st, 2025, and expiring the existing tests as of August 31st, 2025. The proposed cut score is the recommended cut score from the standard setting studies. As our commissioner indicated, the test score, the test names are as follows: technology and engineering education, family and consumer science, and social studies. We are here to address any questions that you may have.
Anybody? We've had meetings about this, so if there are no questions at this time, may I ask for a motion to accept the cut scores?
So moved.
Thank you very much, Dr. Keenan. May I please have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ricca. Again, you have the opportunity to ask questions or ideas, exchange ideas. Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And moving to agenda item D, today I present for adoption amendments to Chapter 23, School District Operations. The intent of this chapter is to assist district boards of education, school district administrators in the daily operation of schools and school districts. The proposed amendments provide clarity regarding the parameters for student participation and attendance at civic events for students in grades 6 through 12. The proposed new rules align directly with new state law. Mr. Ambrose Duckett and Robert Gregory are here to walk through those details and answer any questions.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning again, Madam President, Vice President Johnson, and members of the State Board. As a reminder, the department's proposed amendments at Chapter 32 School District Operations are driven by Statute 18A 36-33.2, which allows a public school student in grades 6 through 12 to have one state excused absence each year to attend a civic event. One state excused absence each school year to attend a civic event. Can we go to slide 2, please? Yep, okay. For illustrative purposes, the department's 2 amendments are reflected on the slide. We're adding a definition for civic event and a 7th state excused absence at NJAC 6A 84E7. Since proposal level in February, the department received 4 public comments from 1 commenter. 3 of them sought clarification of our amendments, of which we responded, and 1 led to an amendment that clarifies participation in one civic event pertains to the school year, not the calendar year, as highlighted on this slide. And with that, Executive Director Gregory and I are here to answer any questions that the board may have at this time.
I wanted to ask or let you reiterate, because I know we've discussed, if a student wanted to go to Moore and their district allowed them to go to Moore, are they allowed to do so?
Yes, that's between the district and what their policy they would adopt and the family. Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Any other questions at this time? Okay. Thank you. Hearing none, I'd like to ask for a motion to accept this. Thank you very much, Board Member Bennett. May I please have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, Board Member Barry. Again, any questions? Okay. All those in favor signify please by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone who has objections, please say nay. Any abstentions at this time? Hearing none, the motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Does anyone have new business they'd like to bring up?
Madam President, just, okay. And many folks probably, no? Oh, all right, better. Sorry. Many folks probably saw this, that right now, all across the country, $7 billion in designated funding to support public schools in various forms is under review. And there's a lot of concern being expressed, certainly at the local level. What will that mean for our school districts? And, you know, I know in New Jersey, I know the department, I know our elected officials are also, because it's such new information, are also, you know, following and monitoring very carefully, as well as the rest of the 49 states in terms of the future of some of the programming that may be impacted by a reduction in the federal support. And, you know, for parents and guardians whose children participate in public schools, and frankly, for all taxpayers who are part of, by extension, their public school systems, this is an important issue because the programming that's supported through these funds goes a long way to making an enormous difference, typically for students among our population who need the most support. And so while I think, you know, and I only speak for myself, but I think while we all understand the necessary scrutiny that we should provide to the expenditure of tax dollars regularly, we also have to recognize that as the federal budget increases, necessarily, perhaps, that we should also make sure we're keeping a very close eye on the types of support that all of our children across the nation should be receiving. You know, as so beautifully articulated by our student representative, the opportunities that are afforded to our children through before care programs, after care programs, through support programs, through migrant support programs, through emotional and social welfare programs that are in part supported by these funds. I think we're all going to be very curious to see how and if those allocations are reduced and the types of potential and negative consequences, you know, could take place throughout the country. So I just raised the point because I know as we're headed into Independence Day weekend, you know, that could be something that falls off our radar as parents. But it is something that we should definitely keep a close eye on, and if possible, speak to our elected representatives at the federal level related to what if we do have concerns, what they are.
Very well articulated. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Madam President.
Yeah, it's our job not only to provide thorough and efficient, which is where our legal prowess is stated, but it's about making sure students have the opportunities to better themselves. And it's important education, as you stated. That's the way. So thank you very much. Thank you. Any other comments at this time? Hearing none, may I please have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you. And may I please have a second? I believe Board Member Pena was seconded it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everyone have a happy, safe July 4th. Oh, sorry, I have to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Please say nay. I don't think there'll be any. So thank you and have a wonderful, safe July 4th and enjoy, and we'll see you in August. Thank you so much.
Thank you.